Hello everybody, and welcome to Echo. Well, we're reading Echo again. You know, the only route that matters. It's the only one that matters. we're gonna play Leo's route, because he's the best. Hello, Michael. Hello, everyone. Hope you all are doing good tonight. Originally, I was not going to be doing thing, tonight, but, plans got canceled for tonight. So, I am here. I'm here for all of you for this evening. Here we go. Going to... Please don't spill over. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, one of my monitors is waking out. I'll have to unplug it and plug it back in. Give me a second, guys. That's fine. I didn't knock a box over. You all can't prove anything, and nothing at all. But yeah, you all doing all right. You all in for a good time. We're just gonna get in there. I think this is still probably my favorite, cause it's just fun Echo game. How do you all still feel about it? It's been what, 3 years since the full release of the game. We still, do we hate this game? Do we think it's bad? Do you like this game? If you're watching the VOD of this and it's your first time experiencing the echoes, like, tell me what your expectations are in the comments. Tell me if you like the game or not. It's good. Lives in my head forever, right? It's good. It's good. I knew you'd be back. You all come back eventually. Why do you try to run away in the first place? It doesn't matter. Even though you're here, you're going to try and run again. Just stop. Because just like this town, you're only moving in circles. Oh, it's such a... I still like that opening. It's still good. It's like just pretentious enough for me to absolutely adore it. That's a lot of this game, I think. This game is like... It's a lot of what I like in storytelling and such, which isn't necessarily a good thing. Oh, here, let me... This doesn't look quite right. Let's do that. Yeah, okay. I hope that's mostly centered. Hope that's mostly good. Yeah, yeah. I'll burn whatever I'm cooking. Lit! Let's go! Don't hurt yourself, Michael. But also have a fun time. We'll put the soda aside. I do also have a thermos of ice water. You know, because that actually is nice for reading, you know? I should be drinking out of this stream. But I wanted the crack in the can. And I don't know if I can get cans of water. Is that a thing? I know bottled water is a normal thing, but what about canned water? Curious. Yeah, Mom, I brought it. No, I've got everything. No, TJ's with us. We picked him up yesterday. No, I did call you yesterday. There was no answer. Fine. Yeah. I'll try I'll try more than once next time. So of course they're clean. Listen, I'm driving right now, so yeah, so I shouldn't be on the phone, should I? I'm gonna hang up. Okay, love you too. Bye. I sigh and finally hang up the phone, dropping it on my lap. TJ, next to me in the passenger seat, stretches back and scratches behind his ear. Aww, that's cute. It's been a while since I've seen your mom. How is she? I shrug. Fine, I think. She wouldn't tell me if she wasn't, anyway. TJ taps a foot against the dashboard before yawning. Wow, it feels like we've been driving for days. Normally TJ wasn't one to whine, but the long drive was obviously getting to him. He was getting to all of us, honestly. I look over at him. We're almost there. Why don't you listen to some music or something? My phone's been dead for the past 2 hours. I didn't know it would take us 8 hours to get there. Nice eye. Whether that dig was purposeful or not, I still feel a little embarrassed. I'll admit, I got us lost for a few hours. Route 93 is hard to find, even with the GPS. It's no wonder that Echo's in the state it is. You should have brought a book. Those don't run out of batteries. Yeah, but reading and driving fucking sucks, Jenna. I get motion sickness looking at text while driving. I can't do it, guys. I'm one of those people. I look up from the rearview mirror and see Jenna hold up a hefty book titled Cognition. TJ sighs. All of my books are on my phone. Why don't you listen to the radio? TJ starts to reach for the dial. Don't bother. All we get out here are hick stations. I have some music on my phone, though. Do you have an aux cable, Chase? In this clunker? No, but like I said, we're almost there. Just having the three of us here is a little awkward, unbalanced. I wonder if completing our little group will bring back that old chemistry. Thinking about seeing Carl, Flynn, and Leo again makes my heart skip a beat, especially that last one. Yeah, see, Selkie, it's just not good. It's just not good. It's why I just kind of just sit there in the car. I always hated going on drives because of that. Like when I'm in the passenger seat, just like, man, I'm just gonna sit here. I can't look at my phone. Can't like do many things. Like it's not going. It's not going at all. Take exit 127 onto Flint Road. I jerk back to the present and press on the brakes as I swerve onto the exit ramp. Oh! Sorry. Chase, come on! Pay attention! TJ adds a little giggle to lighten the what is this? Chastisement? But my face gets hot anyway. Hey, me and Jenna went 3 hours out of our way to pick you up from CCU. You could have taken the bus. No, I'm grateful. I just rather this not be the place I die. Oh, hello, Cot. Hello, Bible. We continued down Flint Road for about 15 minutes in silence while I avoid the ever-increasing number of potholes in the road. You're just gonna call me Chunter like that? Terrible. This is Halloween time costume. God, it's fine. I would never be an otter otherwise, you know. I'm not that much of a twink. I'm not ottercore like that. I think we're all a little nervous now that we get closer to our destination. Unsurprisingly, there isn't another car in sight. You guys excited? I look in my rearview mirror again and see that Jenna has put down her book, staring out the window. I actually haven't given a whole lot of thought at how I feel about the whole thing. Are we nervous, guys? How are we feeling? How are we doing? Would you feel nervous, like, meeting up with a bunch of old friends that you haven't seen in, like, 3 to 4 years? Usually I'm not nervous about it. I usually just avoid it altogether because I'm like, I don't know you guys anymore. Fuck that noise. Anytime I get like a message from like an old high school classmate, I'm like, bitch, we haven't talked in like a decade. You can leave, like, just go. I don't need this. I'm nervous. Yeah, what was the questions? It was, are you guys excited? Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, I am. I would say I am the excited. I would say that is correct. It'll be great to see everyone again. It's been way too long. I meant Echo. Are you excited to go back? Oh. I didn't really know how to answer that. Is excited the right word? It's sure as hell stressful. As long as we can go for a hike. I don't want to be sitting around in the motel all day. Will it beat having a heat stroke in the desert? Well, it beats having a heat stroke in the desert. Well, that's fine. Are you seriously hiking the trail? Oh, come on. It'll be fun. At least I know Chase will come. Yeah. Sure, TJ. Sure we will. TJ smiles at me, raising his brows. It's too hard to say no to such an eager face, at least right now. Yeah, of course. Anyway, it sounds like you've only got the boys on your mind, Chase. We always just have the boys on our mind, right, guys? Always thinking about boys. Leo, maybe? Make a slight right onto Lake Emma Road. I ignore Jenna, pretending to be distracted with adjusting the GPS. A few more minutes of silence pass before Jenna speaks again. So, this news thing you're making, what's it about exactly? I swerve a little to avoid another pothole. A news packet? If you remember, there was that crazy thing that happened here in the early 1900s. I read a little about it, and it's pretty fucked up. Come on, Chase. Language! Oh my god, you shut the fuck up, you little piece of shit. Do you all know anyone like this? That's like, no, but cursing is bad. And it's like, bruh. Take your head and shove you in the dirt. Just thought I'd do a little more digging. Honestly, though, I just need to make sure to make something that looks good enough to pass with. Well, that sounds kind of fun. Are you going to have enough time to hang out? I know Leo made some plans. This whole thing was Leo's idea, actually. When I told him that I'd be coming down to Echo for spring break, he suggested we all use it as an excuse to have a reunion. He says it hasn't been the same since the three of us left. Is it weird that Chase contacted Leo here? Is it a little weird? Since, he avoids thinking about it. Deletes the messages, but the whole just, I guess I'll tell Leo I'm visiting. Like, okay, Chase. Okay. You do you. Yeah, I should. I just need some B-roll and shots of the old creepy locations. It shouldn't take too long. I catch a flash of blue and see the lake to our right. The conversation dies down a bit, and pretty soon we're all lost in our thoughts. Finally, we round a bend, and I start to catch some glimpses of the town. The tall, rusted signs for gas station and motel loom over the rest of the old community. Like Emma Road emerges right onto Main Street, where the motel is at. Soon enough, we're turning into the parking lot. Now he has a use for Leo. I guess. But he still goes to the motel. Like, you'd almost think, like, if you're gonna contact an old friend to, like, stay in that town, you think it'd be like, hey, would you mind if I stopped at your place or something, like stayed at your place? Like, if you're on like pretty good terms with that person, we can count Leo in that. Right? Like, if you're, it just kind of feels a little weird. Like, not weird in terms of story, but weird in terms of I wouldn't do that, right? Like, a personal viewpoint. I find that a little bit odd. I don't know. Like, of course, forget Leo. Why not stay at Carl's mansion? Would you trust Carl at this point in life? Like, I feel like I would unironically trust Leo more than Carl at this stage, because, like, Carl's been in that one car accident. He's become self-isolated. He doesn't talk to anyone. He doesn't talk to anyone. It'd be awkward because of the college experience. Like, I feel like I would be less inclined. I'd be more inclined to contact Flynn than Carl. Just going like, oh, it's awkward. Kind of stopped talking to him after he dropped out. Like, just a little awkward, The guest bedrooms. Okay, you know what? Facts. That's facts. There are only a few other cars in the parking lot. I park in the closest spot next to the door and switch off the ignition, relieved to be done with the driving. I sit back for a moment, rubbing my eyes. Ugh. I hope you're grateful, TJ. I never want to drive that long again. Thanks, Chase. TJ hops out of the car, clearly happy to be out. Oh. What is this noise? What is this just... Like, is that supposed to be a stretching noise? Like... No one clip that. TJ puts his paws in his back and stretches out from toe to ear tufts. Okay, toes to ear tufts. And I hear a few cracks. Gosh, it feels good to be out of there. I smile as I follow him out and stretch as well. Though less flamboyantly, it's good to see TJ reverting back to his old cheerful self. Alright, I made the reservations, so I'll check us in. You boys want to bring in our stuff? Sure. Me and TJ head around to the truck, the trunk of the car, getting our bags and camera equipment while Jenna heads inside. I'm pleasantly surprised. While it's a bit musty, the room is spacious and generally clean, a lot more than I was expecting from a town like Echo. How far removed are we from that style of TV remote? Like, here, let me use the hide function. Like this style of direct TV remote, like, would any Zoomer recognize that remote? I'm going to assume no. Although I've lived in the town for most of my life, I've never actually been to this motel. Hey, this is nice. And 2 double beds. Yeah, thought I'd get one of the nicer rooms since everything here is dirt cheap. TJ sets his bags down on the bed. So, I guess this'll be me and Chase's bed. Jenna can have her own, obviously. That's nice of you, TJ. Anyway, here are your key cards. She hands us both of our key cards, and I slip into my which I slip into my back pocket. So, when are we eating? I'm starving. My stomach grumbles. We haven't eaten since breakfast, and it's late afternoon at this point. I pull out my phone, checking over my texts with Leo. Leo said he's gonna get us some sandwiches from the diner. Did you tell? Yes. I told him to substitute the bread with lettuce for yours, TJ. Nice! Alright, well, I've texted everyone that we're here. Let's at least unpack. It's going to get crowded, and I don't want all of our stuff in the way. Would it get crowded? I mean, I guess it would. But at the end of the day, you can just slide your suitcases to one corner and just like, look, we're done. Like, when you're on vacation, do you put the clothing, like, do you unpack and put things in the drawers and shit? I don't. I think that's a waste of time. I keep everything in the suitcase. Half an hour later, we've got all of our stuff packed away in the motel drawers. Now, I'm sitting on the bed, toying with my camera equipment while TJ watches TV and Jenna organizes her schoolwork. You know you're on vacation, right? And didn't you already get into grad school? You should relax. That's exactly why I need to be keeping up. There's a knock at the door, and being the closest, I get up to answer it. I'll get it. I look through the peephole excitedly and see a beanie cap with a pair of some familiar horns poking through it. So you don't have to pack it up again? Yeah, right? It's so weird when people are like, oh, I gotta unpack and put things in the drawers. No one does that. No, no one does that. It's fine. I grin and unlock the door and swing it open. Carl! Chase! I slap paws with him and pull him into a hug. And immediately get a whiff of the pungent scent of pot. Man, that's a weird description for a scene, right? Like the image of Chunter high-fiving a man, and then like hooking his arm around like the other side of his shoulder and pulling him in. I'm like, Chunter? Is this how you are? Is this you? Like, cool if true. Almost wish you would do that more often. I would like to do that with Chunter, you know? Would be cute. Despite that, his embrace is warm and plush, and his belly squishes against my body like a pillow through his jacket. There is an underlining sturdiness, though, and I feel his biceps bulge under my shoulders. Had he been working out? I put my paws on his shoulders and push him back, looking him over. He's changed a bit since I've last seen him. He's definitely bulkier, and the fur on his face is a bit shaggier. His eyes are a little red, and his expression is a little glazed, like he's daydreaming about some place far away from here. Still getting glazed, huh? You know it. His jokey nature drops a bit as he gives me a genuine smile. It's good to see you again. I feel warm inside as I smile back. You too. Is that Carl I hear? This is a one-room, like, thing. What do you mean? You should be able to see Carl from where you are. I refuse to believe you can't, Jenna. Oh my god. Carl and I step back into the room, the ram remaining slouched as we do. Hey, Jenna. Wait, gotta love how every Carl scene that describes him as fat as muscular underneath. Yeah. I mean, it's the same with, like, Leo, right? Where they're like, oh, Leo's muscular, but also's got some pudge. And I'm like, can we have it always? Is that a thing? Are we just trying to have our cake and eat it too with these descriptions? Like, I'm okay with that. Hey, Jenna. Carl, how have you been? Not bad. Just living life, like, I'm a be, It sounds like he's starting to sing the lyrics to a song, but he trails off as we all look at him expectantly. He just smiles back. Huh? Hey, is that TJ? Hi! Though he's smiling happily, TJ is outright crinkling his nose. Still up to your old habits, huh? Carl shrugs. I'm starting to remember that it's something he does a lot. It's his answer to almost everything. It gets quiet for a moment, then I clap my paws together. So, what have you been up to, Carl? You're not online that often. Carl shrugs. Oh, you know. Just hanging out. Must be kind of boring, considering its echo. Not going outside helps. You've been able to find a job? I know they closed the old corner market you used to work at. Yeah. It's been kinda hard since pretty much everything's closed around here. On top of that, I still don't have a car that can get me to Peyton. Oof, that's right. You crashed the one your parents got you. TJ's grinning sympathetically, but Carl hunches further into himself, looking sulky. Man, don't kill my vibe. What about school? Been thinking about going back? No, not really. Maybe. Carl's starting to lose that far-away look as he narrows his eyes. You should. You went for what? A semester? That's not really enough time to tell if you're really cut out for college. That's half a year, Jenna. That's half a year. That's a long time, man. Classes get easier to handle once you get used to it. Yeah, well, it wasn't exactly the schoolwork that was the problem. You could try smoking less weed. That might help. Now you stop that. You stop that, TJ. What? Is this... Was I set up for an intervention? Or something? Carl looks over at me as if asking for help. Hey, don't look at me. I had to deal with them for the past 10 hours. Yeah, guess I just forgot how naggy they could be. That's because we care about you, Carl. Do we believe that? Do we believe that TJ cares about Carl? Anyway, I'm pretty sure Chase has been missing you ever since you left school. Carl and I were in the same class throughout school. As a result, we entered college together. We even roomed together for that one semester, which was a lot of fun. Of course, I had missed him. Carl seems pretty eager to get off topic, though. Speaking of school, didn't you get accepted into Weston, Jenna? Yep. Going into experimental psych. I start in the fall.
That's pretty cool. Congrats.
Carl turns back to me.
And you're into journalism, right?
He looks over the equipment, looking confused.
Oh, what's all this?
Oh, yeah. One of the reasons why I'm out here. I'm doing a news segment about Echo.
Sounds like the feel-good movie of the year, Chase.
That's what you get out of the feel-good town of the century, Carl.
Yeah.
Carl scratches his muzzle before turning to TJ.
And you're doing, what again? Sports. Something, Bible Olympics.
Athletic training, but yes, it's a Catholic school. Or a Christian school, sorry. Carl gives a thumbs up.
Super. So we gonna eat? I'm hungry as hell.
Oh my god, Carl. Isn't the diner on the way here? Like, from your house? Something like that. Probably would have been like a 10-minute detour. Probably would have been nothing. The hell is a little extreme there, Carl. Not even you can be that hungry.
Sure. Where's Leo? He's bringing the sandwiches, right?
He actually just texted me that he's here. He was picking up Flynn. So we're all gonna be here, just like old times? TJ almost looks like that little kid Lynx again, his ears twitching around with excitement.
Oh, there they are.
I grip the bed sheets and watch as Carl moves around the corner to open the door. I hear it open, followed by the distinctive, deep, brassy voice of Flynn.
Hey, what are you getting the door? Oh, wait, why are you getting the door, fatty? To get my sandwich, dickface. I've got the munchies like a mother. Where are they?
Leo has them.
Here he is. Hey, they all in there?
My heart skips a beat, and my tail thumps the bed as I hear Leo's high baritone. There's some bustling before they start coming around the corner, bringing me face to face with the rest of my childhood friends. Flynn comes first, slinking in casually, his posture loose and relaxed, slouched. Unlike Carl, though, his slouch makes him look like he just doesn't give a fuck, as opposed to just trying to make himself seem smaller. He wasn't a shy guy, but evidently, by his open shirt. As evidenced, sorry. Oh, wow, that sentence was very different when I looked at it. That's fine. That's fine.
And who you calling a dickface?
Flynn knocks Carl on the head, which made a loud, thunkin' sound. But Carl just grins throughout. Wait, what is this? Yeah.
Hey, Jenna. TJ. Chase.
He nods to each of us in turn, rubbing his knuckles. Whoa, okay. Oh, it's the first time we see him. What a good lad. What a good-looking man. It's nice, it's nice. Immediately following him, his arms wrapped around two big brown paper bags, is Leo. He smiles over the tops of the bags, sweeping the room with his eyes along his tall rectangular ears. He pauses on Jenna, then TJ before finding me. His face immediately breaks into a full-on grin as he walks over to the bed I'm sitting on, sitting down the bags. As he comes to a stop in front of me, I reach out my paw to slap his, like I did with Carl. Instead, he grabs it and yanks me up right into a tight bear hug, and nearly squeezing the air out of me.
Chase! Man, I missed you.
And just like Carl, it seems like Leo's gotten bigger. It's only been 3 years. But okay. Do you mean like his tummy got bigger? and stronger. He lifted me up without even trying. The tension I've been feeling in my chest melts away like an ice cube on an Echo sidewalk. Everything's fine. All of that worry about how he was going to react was for nothing. The hug is lasting kind of long, though. I can feel everyone else looking at us. And just like that, he forgets we exist. Aaliyah finally does pull back, then smacks me on the shoulder before turning to greet Jenna and TJ. I shakily sit back down, feeling a whole lot better now that the introductions are out of the way.
Fuck. Leave Carl in a room for 5 seconds, and it smells like a goddamn skunk sauna. The weed is just oozing out of your pores at this point.
Flynn theatrically plugs his nostrils as he pulls the window open a crack. Carl rolls his eyes, slouching further and jamming his paws into his pockets.
Oh, shut up. I think everyone here agrees that my smell is a lot better than your shedding. Nothing like leaving a big pile of lizard dust on the couch for the next person. And by the way, dude, that skunk comment was speciesist. And that lizard comment wasn't.
Flynn turns to me, fanning air in from the outside with his hand.
What's worse, Chase? Carl's smell or my dusting off? Huh, dusting off? That's not a thing. Try saying white flakes that chip off of me with every step I take, except when I scratch my ass, then it's like a fucking blizzard of dead skin. And some of it might land in your mouth. That's what you should call it. Hey, you furballs do it too. It's just less noticeable. Either way, it's hot in here. Are you cold-blooded? Someone turn down the goddamn thermostat.
Somebody turn down your language. TJ says it like says it to him like a cheerful kindergarten teacher, pep talking a student into using his words. They stare at each other for about 5 seconds, Flynn's expression like a stone, while TJ slowly loses a smile.
Well, Jesus butt-fucking Christ. I'll be sure to watch that.
Flynn? TJ actually looks pretty upset, but Flynn just reaches out and yanks him into a chokehold, the much shorter Lynx easily dwarfed by the lizard.
Ah, shut up, you priss. I'm just kidding.
TJ half-heartedly fights the hold. I guess TJ thought he'd get some respect now that we're all adults. Hey, you still said it. Normally I might step in to help, but it's been a while since I've seen Flynn and TJ go at it. It's just too funny to stop.
Look, no lightin'. So much for your almighty gut.
TJ jabs his elbow back into Flynn's stomach, doubling the lizard over for a second. See? Good God works in mysterious... Flynn reaches up and grabs at one of the tufts at TJ's ears and yanks, hearing a yowl from the feline.
Foul! Species features!
Species features was something we made up to make our tussles a little more fair. It involves any distinct physical difference between our species that might pose as a disadvantage, like my tail, Jenna's ears, TJ's ear tufts. Carl was especially keen on it, being a ram with his horns were often used as leverage against him. TJ, come get your sandwich. TJ finally yanks himself out of Flynn's grasp, smoothing down his fur as he tries to look as dignified as possible. Well, I can see things haven't changed. With that, TJ walks over to the table to get his food. I can't help but laugh.
I think TJ won that one by technicality. Or did he? It might have fouled it. He might have fouled too. Flynn's got a soft lizard belly.
The Flynn snorts, a rub in his stomach.
Oh, don't even try to tell me about soft, asshole. It looks like you swallowed a beach ball. Speaking of which, food!
We all pass the bags around to get our food. A chicken sandwich for Jenna and TJ, roast beef for me and Leo, and 3 large veggie burgers that almost take up their own bag for Carl. Flynn, as usual, isn't eating anything. I think it's a lizard thing. I keep my seat on the bed as I unwrap the foil around my sandwich. The smell wafts up from the beef, making my mouth water and bringing some memories up with it. We'd all spent many nights at that old diner. I can remember the night me and Carl graduated. Leo took us all straight from Peyton High to the diner, skipping out on the all-night graduation party for sandwiches and milkshakes. That's kind of cute. It's kind of cute, right? I think that's nice. It's too bad phone happens like a month later, doesn't it? I take a huge bite of the yellow bell peppers. And a yellow bell pepper slips out of the other end, landing back in the foil.
Whoa, slow down. You're going to choke.
Suddenly, I'm almost falling over the side as something heavy plants itself next to me on the bed. I quickly grab a napkin and bring it up to my muzzle, wiping away the grease.
Leo!
Leo chuckles at my embarrassment and unwraps his own sandwich.
Sorry if the bread is a little soggy. Over here, took its sweet time getting to the car. Hey, working in the town hall is serious business. I don't have a family business I can just waltz out like you. Hey, Flynn, I'll bet that I can eat this whole burger in 1 minute. Is that a fucking joke? Of course you can! Yeah, but what about 2 burgers? No, don't joke.
Excuse me.
Don't choke, Carl.
I decide to keep the conversation on Leo's job since that's the whole reason why we're still here. Why he's still here.
Is business still pretty good? Yes. Peyton's getting bigger. So the number of customers. I guess it's a good thing your dad moved it out of Echo, right? For sure. The place is turning into a real ghost town. It probably will be another decade or 2. By some standards, it already is. I take another bite of my sandwich, biting right into another bell pepper. I'd forgotten how good the diner food is. I noticed TJ sitting next to Jenner at the table, picking unhappily at his lettuce-wrapped chicken. Jenna seems to as well as she leans towards him. What's wrong, TJ? It's just never mind. It doesn't matter. Are you sure? It's just the mayo. I forget they put it on everything here. Jenna lifts up the bun on her sandwich, inspecting its contents. None of the mayo really got on my chicken. Here. No, you don't have to. Jenna picks up TJ's sandwich and swaps out his grilled chicken. She rips off the layer of mayo-tainted lettuce from his lettuce bun before wrapping her chicken in it. There. How's that? Thanks. It's then that TJ looks up and sees Leo and I staring at him. I see his ears flat in embarrassment. What? Nothing, TJ. Nothing.
So are your parents still letting you live in the house here in Echo?
Yes. We actually tried to sell it last year, but of course, no one bought. I think 2 people came to look, but took off once they saw the town. Anyway, my parents are living in Peyton in a house twice as big as the old one.
Well, it must be pretty cool living in your own house.
My parents aren't constantly breathing down my neck, so that's, nice.
Leo's already finishing his first sandwich, and now he's unwrapping the second. He sure could eat a lot. How many people are still here anyway? In the town, I mean. Leo takes another bite, and I hear the crunch of the peppers through his muzzle. He chews thoughtfully for a moment before swallowing.
I'm not too sure. Of course, I know almost everyone here, but most don't actually live here anymore. Most everyone turned their old house into a sort of vacation home now.
Really? Why? I can't imagine anyone coming here for a vacation. Unless your hobbies are meth or dying of heat stroke.
Oh well, they've all got their old houses here, and it's cheap to build. And the town is actually trying to turn that old lake into a recreational thing.
Like Emma?
Yeah, they're putting in docks and stuff.
Huh. Lake Emma is the old reservoir just a few minutes outside of town. As kids, we used to play around there all the time. It was genuinely a ugly place, dead fish on the banks, a terrible smell, and mosquitoes everywhere. Then again, it could have changed since then. I haven't been there in 12 years now. None of us have. Thinking about the lake is making my stomach tighten again, forcing away my appetite in the process. It's been so long at this point, I need to learn to get over things. Actually, that reminds me. The others are pretty deep in their own conversations, but I lower my voice anyway, leaning into Leo. Hey, Leo? Leo turns to me. He had been in the middle of a massive bite, and now he has a bell pepper half hanging out of his muzzle. That throws off my train of thought for a second. Oh, yeah. So I wanted to get some shots of the lake for my project. Leo ducks his head to pull out the pepper from his muzzle, only to shove it back in a second later. He chews for a while, but his ears are still tipped towards me, so I go on. It's kind of important to Echo's history. Anyway, you told me that on Monday everyone's free during lunch. I can tell by the set of Leo's ears that he knows where I'm going, and he's not too into the idea. I quickly go on. Of course, we don't have to, but it's been a long time, and if the town is making it look better, it could be fun.
Listen, Chase.
I feel my face burn a little under the fur.
Sorry, it was a dumb idea. No, Chase. If it were up to me, I'd definitely do it. It's just...
Leo looks towards Flynn, and I do as well, finding him still bantering with Carl.
It doesn't matter how fucking fast you eat. I'm not gonna be impressed.
He's got that classic Flynn look on his face, where he's pressed his lips together, trying not to smile.
What if I ate all 3? You've already eaten most of the first one, so that's not gonna happen now, is it?
I look back at my own sandwich. I suddenly feel really guilty. Here I am, back after 3 years, just assuming that I know how everyone feels. And now I'm feeling kind of like an imposter. Leo notices, like he always did, and he nudges me with his shoulder.
Hey, don't worry about it. It's not your fault.
Hello, Alex. Appointment tomorrow. I need to get... All right. Thanks for stopping by, Alex. Always nice to see ya. Suddenly, Leo's ears perk up, and I know he suddenly had an idea. His ears made him easily readable, just as reading people came easily to him. It made it the more impressive that he was able to tell what most of us were thinking, considering my short, stubby ears. Or Flynn's lack thereof.
Listen, there's a cool little spot by the river that's actually pretty close to the lake. We could have lunch and you could walk over and get your shots.
The idea makes me feel a little better. Alright, that could be fun. Also, this motel doesn't have a pool, so it'll be nice to swim in something.
Huh. Otters and their waters. Anyway, I'll have to ask Flynn, and I think he'll be okay with it. What would really impress me is if you didn't eat the rest. You're a funny guy, Flynn.
Is that like the best line from Carl? I feel like it is. It's pretty good. Carl goes right back to shoving the next burger into his mouth as Flynn looks on in mild disgust. He suddenly notices us watching him and he gives us an odd look, but that slowly morphs into a smirk as he focuses on Leo.
You're looking pretty happy there, Leo. And not like you've been not like you've been for the past 3 years.
I furrow my brow in confusion and look up at Leo. I see him shift and he's giving Flynn a look that I don't quite understand.
Well, of course I'm happy to see us all back together again.
I look from Leo to Flynn, and it's pretty easy to imagine a bolt of electricity between them.
You should have seen him, Chase. He'd go days without smiling. Agreed. Leo's been kind of a dick ever since you guys left. Isn't Jenna a counselor? Hey, you should have a session with Leo.
I'm still an undergrad. I'm not going into counseling anyway. That would just make me sad. Ew, me listening to people's feelings? Never, not even once. Like, that's the vibe I get from Jenna, right? That's... TJ is busy trying to hold his sandwich together and eat it at the same time. Not very successfully, but he looks up as well. Leo, depressed? It's hard to imagine you not smiling. You seem fine online. Has something been going on, Leo? For the first time since he's arrived, Leo looks truly uncomfortable. I do like this sprite where his hands are on his hips. Really shows off his arms. It's nice. It's nice, you know. You don't see him like that very often. Flynn, on the other hand, has his trying not to smirk face on.
Why,
Leo pauses, pinned down by everyone's eyes in the room. Then he takes a frustrated breath.
Can't people be sad sometimes? Yes, things have been more... have been harder, but I'm fine. I think it's pretty clear that Flynn...
Leo flicks his long muzzle at the lizard.
Is just trying to get some reactions. Sure, I'm just saying you're back to your old self, but seriously, it's great.
Leo makes a snorting sound. I'm about to ask Leo what's so stressful when he lifts his paw up again to take a bite of his almost finished sandwich. I go quiet as I look at his paw. A silver anchor tied around his wrist with leather. The word otter is etched into the shank of the anchor. The name Chase is engraved into the stock. Why was he still... Chase? I jump as TJ's voice breaks through my trance, bouncing on the bed once I come down. Leo looks at me as the bed wobbles, an eyebrow raised. TJ puts a paw on his muzzle. Oops, sorry. You were just kind of staring off into space. Yeah, I'm just thinking about stuff. What's up? We were just talking about The Last Game. Didn't you tell me that you saw the movie on the drive here?
I really don't get you right now, TJ. The Last Game was the worst Lions Brigade movie. You're just mad because they didn't follow the comics. A very reasonable response to watching a movie like this.
Yeah, Carl. As a movie, it was just better. I'm sure the comics are great too, though.
Nah, the comics are shit. Carl tried showing them to me once. Bah! See, this is the problem. They never follow the source material, and no one cares because they have no respect for the originals, man. You're way too picky, Carl. The last game was a great movie. Not you too, Leo.
I don't know. I think Lion's Brigade was always a bit too violent for me. What with all of the shooting and the punching. I've always liked the Trinity Weasel. She's the thinking man's superheroine. Carl waves his paw dismissively.
The Trinity comics have always been pretty lame. They're jerk-off fodder for lonely nerds. And so's the movie. Huh. You mean like yourself? Hey! Hold up. We're talking about Trinity now. Julia Blasco. She's hella fine. Never seen an ass like hers on a weasel before.
That's because it's fake. No, I just like the story. It's really kind of deep, if you think about it.
It was hard to think about, so when half the shots are slow-mo, and she's doing all these flips and back bends and shit.
Huh. I didn't think that was your sort of thing anyway, Flynn. Flynn doesn't have time to retort before Jenna shifts her attention, seemingly coming to TJ's defense. Come on, Trinity does have more story going on than your average superhero movie. I think it's great that you like her character over all the meatheads.
Yeah, they just, stuck in all the boob shots and to reel in the dummies. Of course, that's easy for someone like you to say. Besides, I see what's going on here. Maybe you should watch Lucha Lobo, TJ. He's shirtless the whole time.
Why aren't we watching that? TJ's ears go flat, tufts pointed at the ground.
I'd better stop it with all of the saucy talk. The only way this could get any more awkward is if you got sprung? Sprung? How's this pronounced?
We all groan in unison, but TJ shoots right back. And knowing you, that's exactly what you want to happen, isn't it, Flynn? That gets a few surprised chuckles.
Damn, TJ! Where'd that come from?
It isn't that it was a particularly good joke, it's just that it came from TJ that makes it so funny. I don't think I've ever heard him talk like that. Even Flynn can't keep from grinning a bit. No, we're a big happy friend group. Isn't that nice? Oh, we talk late into the afternoon. At this point, all of my worries have disappeared. It seems silly that I had been so nervous earlier. In fact, I'm starting to look forward to the rest of the week.
All right.
Leo steps forward, indicating that we should all shut up.
Now, we all need to remember that Chase is here to do his project, so that comes first. But I did make a few plans for things that we can do on his time off. I'm pretty sure all of us know that we're going to Southwest Adventures tomorrow, so I'll pick these two up.
He jerks his head towards Flynn and Carl.
Then swing by the motel to get you guys at 9. All right.
Sounds good.
Then I was thinking about doing some stuff in Peyton towards the end of the week. Then we'll make those plans later. In between those times, we should find time to hang out as well. Make the most of this.
Leo looks about done, but suddenly snaps his fingers as if remembering something.
Oh yeah, Chase! Oh, I saw you had a camera. I think you could get a picture of us. It would be nice for all of us to have something that isn't camera phone quality. Oh, sure. I was messing with the self-timer earlier. Should be able to do it. Should be able to get it to work. After a few minutes of me adjusting the tripod, and Leo adjusting everyone at the end of one of the beds, we managed to get in position. Alright, here goes. I set the timer and fast walked to the spot Leo saved for me. Aww. It's a cute illustration. It really is. It's so cute, guys. It's very Echo. I like looking at that CG. Like, Leo looks so happy, Chase is all smiley. Carl looks respectable almost. Jenna looks like she isn't pissed off, which is the only image of that in the entire game. It's nice. For the next 2 hours, we watch a movie on TV, not really paying attention, mostly catching up with each other on how we've been. It's good to be back, and it feels like we're all just picking up where we left off 3 years ago. It's really nice. Finally, at about 10, Leo, Carl, and Flynn head out. I spend the next 20 minutes tinkering with the equipment, making sure it's all in order for shooting the next day. Once TJ finishes getting ready for bed, in the bathroom, I do as well before getting into bed, head to toe with TJ. There's a soft glow from the corner as Jenna sits at the table reading something. I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, waiting for her to go to sleep. You already used up your Kingdom Hearts joke quota? Well, right then I did. The others I didn't say in the specific cadence. Yeah, we're splitting hairs today about this. I've always liked these segments. Like, they're pretentious as fuck. Like, they are very pretentious as fuck. But they do always do a very nice job of setting up whatever, like, theme that route is going for. And this one's just kind of like a general one to lead into the route splits. I like it. I like it a lot. Love the dream sequences. Yeah. It's very, very good. There's a chain attached to my ankle as I walk away from the lake, my legs and feet caked in mud. I look back, seeing the chain snaking back around the rocks and reeds before disappearing into the water. Looking ahead again, I see Leo. He's smiling, waving at me. I walk towards him, and the chain stays slack, pulling easily out of the water. There's an anchor in the lake, I say. I stare at him, but he doesn't say anything and just keeps on smiling. I crouch on the rocks, wrapping the chain around my wrist a few times. Leo kneels next to me, rubbing my back and sticking out an arm to compare our bracelets, saying that everyone's got one. He seems happy, but now I'm stuck here. I can't even stand up to walk. Sunday. Wasn't that nice? Oh, just a little Sunday. Just doing some things. Going to Southwest Adventures. Going to a cute little amusement park. Very good. Peyton is about a bit of a distance away. To get there, you have to get to Route 93, which Flynn tells me isn't even called that anymore. That would make sense considering how it was impossible to find on the GPS. Anyway, to get to the city, you have to merge from the remnants of 93 onto I-40, which runs straight through the city of Peyton. About 15 minutes from Peyton, we pull over at a rest stop, which sits at a higher elevation than Echo. If you're looking in the right direction, It gives you a great view of the town.
One of these rest areas. Yeah, it's funny. It's pretty good. You just kind of recognize it, right? I stand outside the old rundown restroom, a paw over my eyes as I stare out over the desert. A distant, hazy view of a group of small buildings huddled together signals where the town is. From this vicarious? Vicarious? Is that how it's pronounced? It's fine. Vicarious. Distance, it looks small and harmless. Hard to imagine all the things that happen there. And what will happen?
Alright. How do I use this thing?
I look over and see Leo fumbling with the camera, obviously worried that he was going to break it. He's so cute, guys. I walk over and show him how to use it, checking the white balance and exposure myself. I wasn't too good with cameras, but the equipment manager at the university had given me a quick lesson on how to do things. Alright, so I want you to zoom out from Echo, slowly, and while you do that, I'm going to walk into frame, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Leo hoists the camera up and looks through the viewfinder, ears perked up and smiling.
Alright. Signal me when you're ready.
I adjust the clip-on mic while Leo focuses the camera, then raises his paw, signaling that I should start. I walk into frame, keeping one paw in my pocket and using the other to gesture. Oh, come on, Chase! You're not supposed to have, like, your hand in your pocket. That's poor form. Come on! I hope I don't look too awkward. I always feel like I do. Echo first began as a settlement in 1852, after James Hendricks discovered gold in a quartz deposit. The town grew quickly in size, and once it began to serve as a junction along a Prescott Railway, it reached a peak population of 6,500. 6,500. That's these. In 1877. It was at this point in time that a peculiar phenomenon of mass hysteria took over. Many say the reason this occurred was due to the discovery of a body within the gold mine. Yeah, the gold mine, and the circumstances surrounding that discovery. Huh? Oh, Chase, hello! Hello. Is this new? No, I'm just rereading. Because I like this game. So I'm just using it as an excuse to reread some stuff, so it's fine. Yeah, a body within the gold mine, and the circumstances surrounding that discovery. While not much is known about this event, what is known is that once it ended a large portion of the population left Echo. Most of those who left settled in the nearby town of Payton. However, the town still managed to prosper well enough until the 40s. That's when the government stepped in to shut down the mine, as it became a federal law to divert all mine resources to the war effort. The town's population sharply declined shortly. Therefore, and thereafter, and by the 1950s, it had dwindled into approximately 2,000 people. A shutdown of the Prescott Railway in the 60s, followed by the bypass of Route 93 by I-40 in 1986, was the final nail in the coffin for the town. By the 90s, the population had dwindled to just 150 people. My goal, however, is to investigate the first event which led to the town's decline and possible demise. What happened in the town, in that mine, almost 150 years ago? I've come to Echo to try and find out what information, if any, can be gleaned from the events of the past. I wait for a few seconds, then look to Leo. That good? Oh my god. It's like he's like the intro segment of an episode of Ghost Adventures or some shit. Like, What truth can we find about this town? We've come here to investigate. I'm gonna toss that aside. That's fine. You don't need to worry about that.
Yeah. Don't know how to stop this, though.
Here. I walk over to take the heavy camera off of Leo's paw.
Oh, that was pretty good. You want to be a reporter?
Maybe. I'd rather just write than be on camera, though.
Yo, Chase!
Leo and I look up towards the car, greeted by the sight of the bright white ram's ass hanging out the back window of Leo's van. I don't really react. I mean, despite being self-conscious about his weight, Carl was pretty shameless about stuff like this. I'd probably seen his naked butt more often than I'd seen Leo's, and that was saying something.
Make sure you get a shot of my... Hey!
At that moment, Flynn, who was sitting next to Carl in the back, reaches around and yanks the ram's pants down so that they're hanging around his knees. Even though Carl's pretty quick to pull them up, I still get a pretty good view of his equally big white balls dangling between his legs. Leo snorts, and I can see Flynn laughing his ass off while Carl punches him in the shoulder. Unfortunately for TJ, who was sitting in the middle row with Jenna, he was looking back at the time and probably got a much better view than I did. Now he's facing forward, covering his face while Jenna sits next to him, reading a book, looking uninterested. Okay, Jenna. Nearly 21 and he's still doing that, huh?
Yeah. It's a little more awkward without you three around, though.
We head back to the car and I grab the camera bag from the passenger seat to put the camera away.
Hey, did you see my ass?
Saw more than that.
Your things about the horrors of Echo, right? It'll be a perfect fit. Well, if you can even fit it on the camera.
I stashed the camera bag in the footwell before popping in. Oh my god, amusement park! How do you all feel about amusement parks? Are you like pro theme / amusement park or anti theme / amusement park? Yeah, how are we feeling? Like, do you like those kind of places? Do you think they're boring as shit? What's the breakdown here? Southwest Adventures is an amusement park right in the middle of Peyton. It's decent enough that people come not from just Peyton, but cities up to 100 miles away to vacation here. It's been so long since I've been to one. Okay, Selkie, it's alright. It's been a little while for me as well. Not like a long time, but it is what it is. I'll probably be going to one this upcoming summer, so, you know. It'll be fine. Oh man, do I have to... I guess I either have to get a new phone with a good enough camera to vlog, or maybe even get a camera that can do vlogging for that. That way I can do the vacation shit. You know, do a vacation vlog. You all would like that, right? Yeah. Because of this, it's usually crowded, and today is no exception. Families and kids are everywhere. Okay, we'll set this back down. Close, damn it. Okay, there we go. It's fine. We back? We good. We good? We good. Okay. It's a genuinely nice day, sunny in the 80s, and it being on a Sunday added to the crowd. I didn't mind, though. The point of this is to hang out with my friends, who we love dearly.
Oh, I don't know about you guys, but I'm starving. Let's get some funnel cakes. Jesus, Carl, we just got here. Hey, I didn't have any breakfast.
That's your fault.
You had breakfast, all right. A blunt with a side of the munchies. It's no problem. We can do that while I plan out what we're doing.
Oh, Leo. Leo. I feel like Leo is the kind of guy to like try to plan out a day and then get frustrated. Like, we know that he gets frustrated when his plans don't go well, but he seems like the kind of guy that legitimately on like a vacation would be like, okay, we're gonna do these like when you go to an amusement park, right? Like, we're gonna go do these rides in this order. We'll take a break for lunch between these rides. Like, he seems like that kind of guy. And I would be that person to just grab his hand and go like, I want to do that. Just shatter all plans, you know, just like, that looks fun. Oh shit, is that a little store? I want that pretzel. Like, it's fine. Carl ambles off on his way to the funnel cake stand. I snagged one of the park maps from the entrance and handed it to Leo. And when you want to make changes to the plan, you can see him trying to squeeze your head in his mind. Yeah. I mean, like, the rest of my family are like that, though. Like, my parents are the people that do try to meticulously plan out fun. And I'm very much a go with the vibe. Like, I kind of want to do that. Let's do this. We'll eat here. And my parents are like, wouldn't you rather do this or wait until this time for food? And I'm like, we can do both. Let's order something small. Like, whatever. We're on vacation. Or I'll just eat more. We're on vacation. Whatever. And they're always like, they don't get angry, but they get like fidgety. Like, oh, this wasn't planned. Oh, it's fine.
All right. So usually when my family comes here, we go clockwise to hit all the rides.
That sounds like a plan.
It's pretty crowded today, so we probably won't be able to do everything, but in this order, we'll at least be able to ride Event Horizon.
You sure? The line is always so long for that ride. TJ's looking up towards a tall, spiraling, electric red steel roller coaster. Okay, but I never go to roller coasters, though. I get too motion sick, so I don't ride the roller of the coasters. You know, not for me. Not for me. I will go on the slow, dark rides. It's fine. You can see it from almost anywhere. Wait, what is this? Oh, it's definitely the most recognizable landmark in the park. You could see it from almost anywhere in the park. In Peyton, sorry.
Yup. Fastest and tallest roller coaster in the West. I think it'll be worth it.
Oh. And TJ rubs his arm with one paw, the corner of his muzzle twitching a bit. I had forgotten about that. He used to have a pretty pronounced motor tic, where the corners of his mouth would twitch up over and over again. It used to be a constant thing, but it stopped once we entered middle school. Guess it hadn't completely gone away. Ah, Ben! Hello, hello! Hope you're doing all right today. I guess it hadn't completely gone away.
Are you alright, TJ? We could skip the big rides if you... Oh, hell. TJ, you're a fucking adult now.
No, it's fine. I'm fine. I just hadn't been on a roller coaster in a while. TJ snaps his head back towards us. He's all tensed up, and the movement looks a little like a rubber band being snapped. I'm riding all the rides with you guys. He just woke up. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Everyone's on their time. It's all good. Are you a quick person to wake up? I'm a little weird when it comes to waking up. So I'll like toss and turn in bed for like 20 minutes. Like the 20 to 30 minutes before actually getting out of bed, and I'll be groggy the entire time I'm like tossing and turning, right? Oh, here, my monitor is fucking up a bit. I need to That's fine. Okay. That's fine. Oh, welcome back, Michael. But like as soon as I hop out of bed, I'm wide awake. That's just how I am. So I'll be really groggy, just tossing and turning. Just gotta roll out of bed. Once I'm up and walking, I'm good. I'm very awake. TJ walks off, his paws shoved deep into his pockets. I feel bad for him, so I want to give him an out somehow, but that's when Carl comes back with his funnel cake. The magical process of waking up after waking up, it's a little bit true. Kitchen's on fire, beyond repair, beyond saving. I see. Very good. Very exciting. It's topped with ice cream, powdered sugar, and strawberries. I noticed this the last time I went to an amusement park, where, like, on the menu, they don't just have regular funnel cake. Like, when you try to get it, it's always like, here's the, like, strawberry surprise ice cream funnel cakes. And I just remember having to ask, like, can I just get a regular funnel cake? And the lady was like, yeah, sure, it's this price. And I was like, how come it's not on, like, the menu? And she's like, oh, well, that's just how we do it. So I have to ask just for a plain funnel cake? Just from fried dough? It's fine. It's fine.
Anyone want to share? Yeah, that looks real good. No, alright, because I'll have to eat the whole thing.
Just his face. Just... He's very harumph. Like...
Great. Now we gotta wait for Fat Ass to finish eating.
Carl pulls his face out of the cake. Even with his white fur, I can see the powdered sugar. Excuse me. Clinging to his chin.
Nah, I can eat it while in line. We're going on Event Horizon first. Oh, the wait'll be an hour long at least.
The line ends up being 2 hours long. And by the time we get to the actual ride, I'm dying to get into a pool of any kind. To put it bluntly, an otter needs water. Part of the problem of living in Echo meant that we didn't have any kind of indoor pool system in our house, being as cheap as it was. We ended up having to get an outdoor swimming pool, which was a pain. No ride is worth a 2-hour wait. Yeah, I don't get it. Like, the longest that I'll normally wait for a ride, if I, like, end up in the Disney, right? If I'm at, like, the Disney park. The only one that I'll wait, like, 40, 50 minutes for is the Haunted Mansion. One, because at least, like, a third of the wait is indoors and air conditioning, and it's such a fun themed indoor part, right? And there's things you can do in the line. There are like little interactables and fun little things. So it's an enjoyable waiting experience a little bit. Like actually though.
A nervous chase.
I smirk at him. I've ridden it before, Leo. Though your tail's kind of down. Sure you're not nervous?
Duh.
Come on, Leo. Let's ride in the front.
Oh, it's, I don't know.
I watch as Jenna pulls Leo toward the line, the line for the front row, which is twice as long as the others. Ah, she's trying to separate us from Leo. I see I see what she's doing. I know her tricks. I opt for the middle, and it just so happens that TJ comes with me. His tuft ears had been poking straight up the entire time. We see you, villain! Like facts, though. The muzzle giving an occasional twitch. I lean over to him. You know, there is an exit over there for people who, change their mind. You can say, be a coward, Chase! I'm okay with being a coward. I'm one of those people that always takes that line, where, like when I went to amusement parks as, like, a teenager, like, my friends would always want to go on roller coasters, and, you know, I can't ride on them. But they didn't want to, like, stand in line alone, so I'd always have to just, like, stand there with them, and then, like, once we get to the front, I'll be like, bye, see you at the exit. It was always a little annoying, because it's like I could have done something else, like, go get a funnel cake, or go on a kiddie ride with, like, a 10-minute wait instead of a 2-hour one. Don't like them. It's partially just due to I get motion sickness pretty bad. Like simulated movement and like movement like roller coasters. It either gives me really bad motion sickness, or my head hurts for the rest of the day. So I just don't do them, right? Just blanket no, just get rid of that. So it's just my amusement and theme park experiences are pretty limited, but I still have fun when I go to them. You know, we can go on the kiddie rides, we can go on the dark rides, watch some shows, do some exploring. There's still things I can do, right? I'll bet you could slip out without anyone knowing. Looks like not all of us are even gonna be riding in the same train. TJ stares straight ahead, clutching onto the railing. I can see his sharp claws unsheathed, pressing into the metal and chipping away at the red paint. No, I'm fine. You sure? Yep, perfectly fine. Well, we're in the middle, which is the best place to be, if you don't like roller coasters. Uh-huh, yeah. I really wanted to be able to get TJ to skip the ride, but it seems like he's pretty determined to do it for some reason. Finally, our train comes along, and I step in as two laughing and panting hyenas step out. Oh my gosh! That was the most intense! Holy shit, dude, I know! I never got scared on rides, and I almost fucking pissed myself! I do a quick check of the seat to make sure there isn't any actual piss before sitting down. I look up and see TJ standing at the edge of the platform, his eyes wide, one foot stuck out to get on. TJ? I am, A bored-looking teenage fox comes by to check my lap bar, and I stick out my paw. Hey, wait! TJ, you getting on? The fox goes from looking bored to mildly annoyed. If you're getting on, you need to get on now. We can't hold up the entire ride for you, sir. The exit's that way, where other adventures await. People around us are starting to notice. Unfortunately, Flynn, who is lined up with Carl towards the back, is paying very close attention, grinning like he knew this was going to happen. Aw, TJ, too scared? I guess you're a pussy after all. Love the way you voiced that. What, the fox? The mildly annoyed fox? This is why I can't voice act, folks. Please hire me to voice in Sonic games, Sega. I think I could do a good job. I never lose. It's fine.
Shut up, Flynn. Hey, TJ. When it gets really bad, just say to yourself, at least I'm not gonna die. Actually, a few people have.
TJ? I yell up at him, and that seems to jar TJ out of his trance. Oh my god. He almost falls into the car as he stumbles into it, fumbling with his shoulder restraints before the Fox attendant sighs and leans down to do it for him. I can see the red on the inside of TJ's ears as he blushes, and and I feel my own ears burn a little from secondhand embarrassment. Now that it's too late, I realize that we shouldn't have started with this ride. We should have started with something smaller to build up his confidence. I'm jolted back as the train moves forward. Oh gosh! TJ's paw lashes out and latches onto my arm. No, 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 no! Why am I doing this? I reach over to try and move my paw from... move his paw from my arm and back onto his handle on his shoulder restraints. Hey, TJ, hold on to that. My arm... You're gonna... Chase! Quiet! I pause, staring at the links. I'm really not used to hearing TJ yell. He's almost puffed out to twice his size. I just need some quiet right now, and Our train begins to ascend up the first hill, and I can feel TJ's claws pricking through my fur into my skin. He starts mumbling quietly to himself, his eyes closed. TJ, are you praying? He doesn't say anything, and soon we've reached the apex of the climb. I give up on trying to move his paws, and I sit back, a little nervous myself. I really hope TJ doesn't completely lose it. I rinse the blood off my arm in a dirty theme park bathroom. I love that that's the transition. We're just gonna cut him in the bathroom, washing blood off his arms. With me just thinking, you'll never be clean, Chase. You'll never be clean. You can't rinse the blood off your hands. It wasn't as bad as I thought it could have been, though TJ did start crying when he hit the first inversion. He had scratched the shit out of my forearm, grabbing it with both paws once we started the descent. Unfortunately, Flynn and Carl were still on the platform when we rolled back into the boarding station. Flynn looked ready to lay into TJ again, but when he saw the tears, he had the decency to hold back. I helped the shaking Lynx out of the car, and somehow we managed to stumble into the bathroom, where he quickly hid in a stall. I should have forced him out the exit. He had always had anxiety problems, though I think we all believed it was a childhood thing that he'd gotten over. I don't know if he still takes medication. Hey, TJ? Yeah? We should probably get back. Leo texted me that they're all waiting by the ride. Yeah, I'll be out in a second. The cheerfulness in his voice is forced. Oh, excuse me. I ignore the weird looks I'm getting from the other people in the bathroom, and instead inspect my arm. The scratches are pretty superficial, so the bleeding had stopped. No one would notice it under the thick fur, even if it's tender as hell. I hear the stall door open behind me, and through the mirror, I see TJ come out. He sees me looking over my arm, and his face crumples up again. Crumple mention. And Chase, I'm sorry, is it bad? I really don't want him to start crying again. TJ cried a lot when he was a kid, almost every day, and even at 19, it seems like he's still pretty susceptible. Crumple representation. Yeah. It's fine. Doesn't even hurt. Ah, well, that's good. We stand there awkwardly for a few seconds. Then I air out my shirt, which was starting to stick to my sweaty body. Listen, it's honestly getting way too hot for me to wait in line all day.
I think I'd rather just sit down and watch some shows or something.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you want to do that with me? TJ's ears come up a little, and he clutches his paws together, the fidgeting subsiding a bit. Josh indulging in his Leo addiction again. Now look here. Now look here, Kopika. It's bad. I am mentally ill. It's... It is what it is.
Oh, yeah, Chase. I think that'll be fun.
I can tell he's at least a little relieved. We both head out back towards the ride, and I spot the 4 of them waiting by the exit. It's a yearly, weekly tradition. That's terrible. You're terrible. The chunterification of Josh is incredible to behold. Now look here. I assume Chunter, good old Chunter. We love to see him. Obviously based on myself. Howley clearly based Chunter on me specifically. It is very unfortunate because I only share a number of traits with Chunter. It's not great. It makes me feel worse about myself, but that's fine. It's okay. It is very okay. It's a Mary Maria situation. Now wait a minute. Who's the Mary and who's the Maria? This is an important question. This is a very important question. You're Maria, Josh, of course. What was the line? Look at me, James. I'm real. Like, is that it? Can I? Very good. Very good. Very, very bad. Very bad. I furrow my brow as I spot Carl crouched on the ground, Jenna kneeling next to him and rubbing his back. I'm here for you, Leo. I look terrible. Hey, everyone all right? Jenna looks up, a sympathetic smile on her face. Carl's not feeling too good. Huh. You want to sit on a bench or something? If I move, I'm gonna... That's what you get for stuffing your face right before the ride. You think they sell ginger pills here? Or ginger ale, at least? A joint would be nice. This is an all-ages park, Carl. You're not getting weed. There are some vendors over there. I'll go check. What, you gonna get some weed? I'm actually kind of glad everyone's occupied with Carl right now. It takes some of the heat off TJ. Let's move you to the bench. It'll be good if you're sitting down. Slowly, Jenna and Leo lift Carl up, and now I can see from his face that he really is ill. Brother, I am ill. To the average person, our little outing might already seem like a disaster, but this is perfectly typical for us. Then it is still a disaster. It's just the normal disaster. Nothing ever went according to plan. But Leo will damn still try to make a plan, though. We set Carl down at a bench, and he bends over. His face is in his hands as he moans softly. I always forget this background is used here. It's very... I'm always like, huh, right, this is a background. Ugh.
TJ comes back with a medium-sized cup in his paw. He sits next to Carl. And no ginger ale, but they did have some lime soda. Carl takes it and sips a bit of it before sitting back and belching. This is the background of all backgrounds. It is. Look, hedges, bench, good. We have all the things.
Aw, fuck it. I'm done, guys. What? What are you gonna do all day? Sit there?
Actually, me and Chase are going to see some shows. You can come with us.
Guys, we were doing this hang out with each other, remember? Leave him. We're wasting time.
Can you really hang out on a roller coaster? Flynn turns and walks off, his hands shoved in his pockets, hunched like a stone gargoyle. He definitely looks the part, being a lizard. Damn, that was probably a bit speciesist. Well, we all have our phones. Text us, all right? Sure. Hello, Casey. Jenna turns and follows Flynn, but Leo hesitates a moment. He looks at me before eventually turning to follow Flynn and Jenna. No, Leo. You can come and watch shows with us. We could have a fun, normal time, like a non-roller coaster time at a theme park. Come on, please. 5 minutes later, Carl's stomach settles to the point where he's able to get up and walk. At this point, I'm completely wiped out, and I just want to sit down. Oh, okay. I point out the first stage we see, and they agree. I sigh gratefully when I sit down.
You look tired as shit.
I crack an eye open to see Carl giving me a sidelong glance. I don't sleep very well in motel beds. I actually woke up around 2. You were gone.
Huh?
Now TJ's looking at me too, and I feel my gut clench for a second one. Yeah, I tried to go for a walk down the street. Hoped it would help me get tired.
Well, if that happens again, you can just walk over to my house. I'm up, until 3 every night.
Wow, why? Carl shrugs, leaning back and sticking his hooves up against the chair in front of him, earning him a dirty glance from its occupier. Wow. Chase had to sleep in the same room as a woman!
Games, mostly. Sometimes I read.
Reading? Never. Carl rubs his chin, opening his muzzle, closing it, then opening it again.
You know, it would be pretty cool if you spent the night over one of these days. The house can be pretty creepy. Can be creepy as hell when you're the only one in it.
You're alone?
Yeah. Parents are vacationing in the regal paradise. Having a bloody good time, they tell me.
Carl tries to put on an accent, but doesn't do a very good job of it. Oh. Did you want to go with him? Carl blows a raspberry, laughing.
Not really. Mom told me right away that weed isn't legal there either, so I took that as them not wanting me to come along.
Oh.
They did say that the chocolate there is real, whatever that means, and that they'll bring me some.
Oh, right. American chocolate being fake chocolate. It do be real. It do be the worst part about living in America, is that the chocolate is just bad here.
I guess I'm not enough of a fat ass yet.
Come on, Carl.
But dude, I'm getting there. Soon, all I'll have to do is stand in front of a mirror, block out my face, and jerk it to my moobs.
Real chocolate has bugs in it? A little bit. I'd be fine with that. Just have a little roachy friend in there. I still remember the disappointment of having a Hershey's Kiss from an American friend. Oh my god, it's not great, Selkie. It's really not great. I wouldn't outright say it's bad, but it is one of those like American chocolate has a very, very distinct taste to it, which isn't exactly a positive. But it is there. Girl, it was bad. Look, I'm trying to sugarcoat it, okay? Yeah, okay, Selkie. Look, we all know that Hershey is not a great brand for chocolate, that Nestle is the better one. We all get this. We all know this, but it's hard to tell that to Americans who have been born and raised in America, and Hershey's is all they know. So it is what it is. It is a very unfortunate. As someone who has only had American chocolate, oh boy, I am worried. Yeah, you should try to branch out a bit, like if you can. like when you get chocolate from like anywhere else. Like last time I went to Japan, right? I had bought just a box of chocolate from like the 100 yen store because, you know, I'm cheap as fuck. And I just kind of had left it in my bag, and so when I came back to America, I had noticed, like, oh shit, I have a box of, like, 100 yen chocolate still. Fucking lit. And I gave, like, a block of it to a friend, right? Because they just happened to be over. And so I was like, oh, here, have this. And they had asked if this was, like, gourmet chocolate. They're like, oh, you went to Japan. Did you get, like, gourmet chocolate? And I'm like... Bitch, it's just from the 100 yen, from the 100 yen store, like the box. Then that's just like one piece in the box. Like, no, this is dirt cheap bargain bin chocolate. And he was like, "This is the best chocolate I've ever had." It was a little bit like, all right, yeah. If you don't know, you just don't know. And can no longer enjoy my American chocolate. The prime gourmet chocolate, right? I did actually have a box of the far more expensive chocolate. I gave him a block of that, and he was just like, fuck. Never saw him eating Hershey's again after that. I make a dumb starting, a croaking sound, and I can feel TJ looking at the two of us disapprovingly.
Not the hardest thing to do when you're high.
Wait, so you've actually done it? Carl shrugs, smirking at me. I reach out and grab his chest. From what I can tell, there's a pretty firm set of pecs under there. Carl puts a mock horrified look on his face.
A sexual assault! He touched my breast!
Oh, whatever, Carl. They're harder than mine.
So now we're teenage girls in the locker room comparing racks.
Hey, you're the one that brought it up. Brought up tits.
You know what? I can see it. Yeah. You're the hot, preppy one everyone likes. I'm the big fat chick you're all nice to, but call Big Thunder Mountain behind her back. And TJ
had been paying attention, distracted with watching some dancers on the stage. He looks innocently at us. Huh?
You're the cute, naive Christian chick that only takes it up the butt so as to stay a virgin.
What?
Let me feel your boobs. I want to compare.
What in the world are you... No!
Small, but perky.
After a few seconds of tussling and Carl getting smacked in the nose by TJ, somebody shushes us from behind and we're forced to silence. The show starts off with a bunch of mice having a weird sort of hoedown. TJ's really into it and starts clapping along. I smile. TJ could definitely be kinda cute sometimes. Carl just rubs his nose and leans back, watching with a smirk, as if the whole thing is a joke to him. At this point, my eyelids were feeling real heavy. At most, I had gotten maybe 4 hours of sleep last night. I think about leaning my head, but the backs of the seat are pretty low, and I just end up with my head hanging over the back. Leaning forward would just be impossible. I could lean on one of my friends. I don't think they'd mind. Who are we leaning on today, folks? What are we doing? Do we want the bony, scrawny twink whose shoulder bones are probably gonna poke our eye out? Or one soft, pillowy lad? Who is the bed today, folks? Carl? I guess we are choosing Carl. Does anyone choose TJ? How many of you in chat chose TJ? Tell me. Inform me. And why? Just to say Carl again. I went for acupuncture, right? That shoulder's probably bony as fuck. Yeah, we're choosing Carol. Carl is definitely the better choice. Bigger, probably softer. He'd make a nice pillow. Carl, I'm gonna use you as my bed. Huh. Huh. I put my head on his shoulder and close my eyes, feeling the soft, puffy, sleeveless hoodie and his bulk under my cheeks. Sleeveless? Those have sleeves. Are you telling me Carl has been wearing a sleeveless hoodie this entire time? Weirdly enough, he was pretty damn sturdy. I was expected him to feel like a pillow.
Damn, Chase. You that tired?
Uh-huh. God, I cannot stop saying huh in real life. Do you try to make that specific huh like noise? Like a duck.
Well, alright then.
I feel him shift. Suddenly, he's putting an arm across the back of the bench, giving me more support. The gesture makes me feel a little warm. I can feel TJ's eyes on us, but I ignore him, enjoying the position of intimacy. The sounds of the clapping in fiddles starts to drift away as the lack of sleep takes its toll. Oh, are we going? Are we going into the abyss? Or we are in the abyss, oh my god. I feel along the rough edges of rock and dirt. The only thing I can hear is the shower of debris I'm knocking to the ground. The air is stale and I have the vague feeling that I'm suffocating. I keep going. I'm gonna reach the end eventually, and just have to keep moving. I can tell that I'm going down deeper and deeper. The space around me is growing smaller and smaller, and soon I'm hunched so that my head doesn't scrape the ceiling. I can hear footsteps, not quite in synchrony. In synchrony? Synchro-shokan? This is with my own. They aren't any kind of footsteps that I've heard before. I stop and listen. There's definitely the sound of feet, but not like they're walking. It's like they're stomping down on the ground, making as much noise as possible. This is accompanied by a slapping sound, as if someone is smacking their paws on the ground as well. I imagine a canine toddler is still insisting on walking on all fours while throwing a tantrum. It's heavier, though, like an adult is doing. That image makes the nape of my neck prickle, but I'm not scared. It's not long after I've stopped the noise. Wait, what is this? It's not long after I've stopped that the noise stops as well, just 10 feet behind me. I turn, watching the darkness. I know you'd come back. They always do. My voice sounds clogged, muted, like the rocky walls are just sucking up the sound instead of bouncing them down the tunnel. The stomping starts up again, loudly, coming towards me at full speed. Now, I can hear sobbing, sniffling, and a strange guttural grunting. It's just feet away. You're only moving in circles! It veers away just as the words leave my mouth, going back the way it came. I stand there a while, listening until I can't hear it anymore. I turn and continue on, feeling the walls again as I make my way lower and lower. We've been through this loop for at least 3 years. Oh my god. Yeah, I do just keep replaying this game, don't I? Look, I like it, okay? I'm allowed. I'm allowed to have a favorite. It's fine. It's fine. The smell hits me right as my paws hit it. Slick and slippery. Blood coats the walls. My paws run along like thick oil. It's warm and fresh, and now I know I'm getting close. A voice abruptly echoes down the tunnel. It's not far away at all. Oh, okay. I knew you'd come back. They always do. I make my way closer and closer, and now, fear pricks my heart. They always do. I hear muffled screams now, as if someone is yelling with their mouth closed, sorry. Now the fur is standing up all over my body, but my feet won't stop. I keep going. I'm getting closer and closer. You're only moving in circles. I'm here. It's right here in front of me. And now I'm reaching out. Reaching out to it. Reaching out to touch it. I can't stop. I can't stop. Gasp. I jump. My head jerks up and my eyes snap open. Looking around wildly, it's like I just came up from being underwater too long.
Shit!
Hello? TJ and Carl both jump shortly after I do. I look back and forth as they stare wide-eyed back at me. It takes me a second to realize I'm still at Southwest Adventures at the stage watching shows. Just can't stop now. You stop that, Selkie. I can stop being Chunter anytime I want.
Jesus fuck, dude. You alright?
Carl? I lean forward and rub my face in my paws. That's what they all say. Now look here. Just because Chase and I share the same exact fashion sense, roughly share a similar college trajectory. Similar, not quite the same, but similar. And also, oh, hello, Hearsay. Or Hearsay? Hearsay? God damn it. I've lost it. Look, I'm a bird, not an otter. So that's the difference between Chase and I. It's fine. Look, we don't know what flavor of Asian Chase was probably, you know. He's hopefully not the same brand as I am. Same brand? Yeah, sure, okay. That's the way you word that, Josh. I lean forward and rub my face in my paws, trying to stop shaking. I'm fine. Just a really bad dream. I feel a small paw on my back as TJ rubs it.
Well, what about?
I'm not really sure. Just in a really dark place, and some things were in there.
That does sound pretty creepy. What kind of things?
I think for a minute. The weird crawling thing, that's the screaming thing. I pull my head up, looking toward the stage, which is empty right now. It doesn't matter. It was just a dream. Hey, what happened to the show? Carl shrugs next to me, leaning back again.
You missed it, dude. We've seen like 3 shows.
Yeah, they even had a segment with otters doing water tricks. We thought about waking you up for it, but you were in a really deep sleep.
That's too bad. I always love seeing my people laughed at for the swimming clowns that we are. That's how I feel during bird shows. How long's it been? Carl checks his phone, which he already has out.
Been about 3 hours. Could probably get some lunch now.
You've wasted 3 hours at an amusement park? Come on, Chase, they're only open for like 10 hours. And I don't think we're staying until closing.
Damn, it's been out for a while. I'm surprised I hadn't at least woken up a few times, considering the uncomfortable position I'd been in.
I guess you feel better then.
Yeah, I've been feeling better for the past 2 hours. Now I'm hungry.
It's already 2 p.m., and I've composed myself for the most part, so I take out my phone to text Leo, as we should always be doing. You know, we should be asking the question, where's Leo, right? We're kind of hungry. We should meet back up. He gets back to me pretty quick.
Okay, almost done with rides anyway. Meet at food court.
Why does he text like a zoomer? Next, we're gonna get a text from Leo, and he's gonna be like,
Skibbity! I gotta stick that gat out for the Rizzler!
I kind of want that to happen, though. Please update Echo to be like that. We meet Flynn at a table in the food court where he's already bought some pizza. What if I want a burger? Carl immediately sits down and pries open the box, taking out a few slices. Puts ... at the end of his texts for no reason. People don't do that, right?
Ugh. Ugh, fine. I guess you are my little pog champ.
Like that's is that what you all want Flynn to say? Is that the thing?
Of course. You guys have fun. It was alright. Watched a few shows about our state's speciesist history. Chase took a nap.
Flynn eyes TJ, who doesn't say anything as he sits to take out his own slice of pizza, a bit more daintily than Carl had. He doesn't use it like I would. Why else would you use ellipses? Why, like, ellipses is a pause. It's a spatial pause, you know. Or something.
Feeling better, Tej?
Yeah, I'm fine.
TJ nibbles on a slice of cheese pizza.
Yeah, well, The pizza here is a hell of a lot scarier than any of the rides, so you're braver than I am.
Where's Leo and Jenna? Flynn rolls his eyes and nods towards a row of carnival games to the right of the court.
Fighting. They've been playing those games for a fucking half hour already.
I'm not surprised. I grab my own slice of pizza and a napkin and make my way over there. Keeping with the theme of the Old West, the carnival section of the park is decked out with fake saloons and brothels. Really, brothels? At an all-ages amusement park. A little bit weird, a little bit weird. I spot them pretty quick, Leo's holding a pink unicorn, and Jenna's carrying a green dragon. They seem to be in pretty good spirits, though Leo's grin is a little tight. It's for buying broth? Ah, I see. That's what a brothel is. It's the broth store. It's the soup store. It's... I'm at soup! Looks like a pretty successful haul, you guys. Hey, Chase. Jenna's grinning, looking a little smug as well. You guys finished? We're eating now. Leo shifts the giant unicorn around.
Yeah, we're pretty much done, I think.
Damn, Leo. You must have won something pretty hard to get that. Okay, but this is like one of the good Leo sprites.
This is a good one.
Yeah, that was me. I look over at the green dragon Jenna's holding. But what about that? Yeah, I won this too. Oh, well, I'm sure you've won a couple.
Actually.
Yeah, I've beaten him at every game.
Yeah, well, you're visiting. I want your memories of this vacation to be good. Obviously, it's getting to your head, though.
Oh, please. Chase, you should have seen his face. Sour grapes the whole time. No, really. I would usually stay out of this stuff. Leo always got a little carried away when it came to competition, especially when I was around, but it was kind of funny seeing him act like this.
Let's just go eat.
Oh, wait. There's a high striker. Why don't we show Chase who's stronger, huh? Leo contemplates that for a second, but seems pretty confident about this one. He's literally about twice the size of Jenna.
I don't know if that's very fair of you, Jenna. I mean...
He lets that sit, and honestly, I have to agree. Jenna, though, gets a little... fox gleam in her eye that I knew meant she thought she knew something we didn't. Afraid I'm going to woo your ex? Wow, Jenna's going all out. My muzzle flushes under the fur, but that only seems to decide things for Leo. A confident smile replaces the sheepish one from before.
Oh yeah.
He flexes his shoulders and sticks out the stuffed unicorn to me. I stuff the last of the crust in my mouth and reach out to take it. Jenna does the same, and now I'm hugging two massive stuffed animals to my side, triple in my girth.
All right, let's do this.
Step right up, test your strength. $3, 3 tries. Ring the bell and win a prize.
I'd like a try.
Ah, we have a taker. Big, strong wolf like you would have no problem at all. $3, please.
Leo hands over the money, and the carny hands him a mallet. Leo points it at me with a grin.
This one's for you, Chula.
My heart skips a beat. He hasn't called me that in a while.
but I decide to play along.
Don't disappoint me, Leo. I really want that griffin.
I point to the griffin on the carny's long shelf of toys.
Sure thing.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that this guy now has a sprite. It's a little odd. Not unwelcome, you know? Like, I like it. It's kind of fun. Leo spreads his legs and squares his shoulders before raising the hammer and bringing it down hard onto the rubber-looking pad. It's a pretty hard hit, but the chaser only raises to the 40 mark.
Oh, almost, Sir Wolf. Try again.
Leo's brow furrows, and now I'm not sure this was a good idea. He raises the mallet again and grunts as he brings it down even harder, causing the contraption to shake a little. This time, the chaser shoots up to the 70 mark.
Even better! This time, put your back into it.
I can hear Leo growling a little as he raises the mallet a final time and bringing it down with a snarl, all the muscles in his arms standing out. The one with several changes. Added fan art and sprites. Yeah. It's kind of neat. I kind of like it. I can't wait for the next update that fixes all the weird typos. But I guess that's, like, not really important. It just now reads like how I read texts. Which is just words are missing. That's fine. Update more like upgrade? Oh, facts though. I do like it. I do like it a lot. I'm pretty sure I feel the ground shake this time as the impact causes more than a few heads to turn. This time, the chaser only goes up to the 60 mark. Leo gapes at the game.
So close! $3 more will get you 3 more tries. Would you like to try again?
Nope, my turn. Jenna's already has her money ready and hands it to the carny.
Oh ho! A little battle between the sexes, eh? Well, step right up, my fair fox maiden. How will you fare against the big bad wolf?
Leo reluctantly hands the mallet to Jenna.
All right, beat 70.
Jenna points the mallet at me, winking. Don't worry, Chase. I'll get that griffin for you. Leo snorts loudly, holding his arms and looking pretty annoyed.
Good luck. I was hitting that with his...
Before he can finish, Jenna raises the mallet into the air and puts it into a graceful swing. It's as if she was chopping wood as she brings it down hard into the rubber pad. It lands precisely and cleanly, in sharp contrast with Leo's sloppy hit. I stare. Leo stares. The carny stares. Jenna simply raises her paws in the air. Wait, Jenna's, you don't own an air fryer face? What does that mean? What? Like, okay. Ate a potato chip and cracked a tooth. I mean, that happens. I forget how I cracked one of my teeth. Kind of just forget. No idea. Don't remember. It's kind of fine, though. What? You don't know what that means? What? Known as her DreamWorks smile. Okay, I get that one. I'm boomer enough to get that joke. A few onlookers around us laugh and cheer.
Oh my! The fair fox has won. Come over and pick your prize.
He glances at Leo.
Sorry, buddy.
No! The feline shoots a sympathetic but almost amused smile Leo's way before turning to the onlookers.
See that? A female fox, half the size of this male wolf, has rung the bell. Could one of you be next?
Leo looks mortified, but quickly changes his expression to a sheepish grin. He doesn't seem to want to look at me.
Oh, good job, Jenna.
Jenna bounds back to us, carrying the bag stuffed griffin. The big stuffed griffin. Buddy. What? I love the word buddy. I think it's cute. I am 100% saying that because I like Buddy Fight as a brand. Give those ones to Leo, so I can give you this. I hand off the stuffed toys to Leo, who grumbles a bit as he takes them.
Damn thing's rigged.
Jenna hands me the griffin. Oh, thanks, Jenna. That was really... She leans over and pecks me on the cheek. Leo's expression, it's good. It's good. I see Leo's eyes widen as she does it, his ears standing straight up. Oh, it was nothing. Leo stands there for a few more seconds, working his jaw.
Awesome.
Well, here we goes. Here we goes. He turns away and leaves, his arms still wrapped around the giant stuffed toys. Jenna starts laughing. Jenna! Oh, hush. He'll get over it. He's just so damn fun to tease. I have to agree, but not when I'm being used to do the teasing. Not like last time. He's still really sensitive about the whole thing. You guys talked it over, didn't you? Anyway, aren't you gay? I take a deep breath. Yeah. Yes. I do be the gay. This is a no attraction to women zone. Yeah. See, he's got nothing to worry about. I'm not in the mood to go in depth about my sexuality. Saying anything else confuses people. I sigh and rub my eyes with a paw. I'm still a little tired. He gay. I love how she didn't learn anything from the phone fiasco. She wouldn't. Hey, don't tell Leo that I worked at the state fair every year. Wasn't planning on it. Oh. The rest of the day is pretty relaxing. We ride a few of the more mellow rides. Leo seemed to cheer up when I volunteered to sit next to him on the Ferris wheel. I want to sit next to Leo on the Ferris wheel. When's the last time I've been on a Ferris wheel? I think it's maybe been more than 20 years for me. Yeah. It's been a long time. I don't really like Ferris wheels. It's a little too nothing going on. And you're there for a long time. You're just kind of stuck there. Not for me. Not really for me. Leo, so yeah, when we volunteered to do the Ferris wheel. Leo's the only thing I want to ride. Oh my god. Ben. I understand. TJ even built up his courage to the point where he rode the swinging ship. Flynn and Carl rode the slingshot ride together, and with the video feed from the ground, I think it's the first time I've ever seen Flynn scared. Carl did end up barfing after that one. But about 6 p.m., everyone's tired enough that we agree to head back. I'm still exhausted, so I sleep for half an hour till it takes to get back to the motel. When we do get back, I notice how good the sun looks right now. With a sigh, I remind myself that I'm here to actually get a project done, not just play around. So, as everyone sits in the motel, I let them know I'm about to shoot some B-roll, gathering up my equipment, and head out into the heat. And dragging it outside, I set it up, sweating under the evening light. Even this late in the day, the heat was pissing me off. For some reason, it's a lot cooler in Pueblo. My mind drifts back to the many days of summer under the blazing sun. That's not temporary. Wow, I'm just not seeing words. That's fine. The temperature rarely dipping below 100. I'm amazed TJ never had a heat stroke. When I put my eye in the viewfinder, I'm a bit disappointed at how broken down the town looks, even with the amazing backdrop. What a dump, I'll say. It's then that I hear footsteps and talking behind me. I pause my recording and turn around.
How's the filming?
It's alright. Kind of ran out of sun, but it's okay. Echo looks like crap no matter what kind of lighting you shoot it in. Do you need us to keep quiet? Nah, I'm just shooting B-roll. Was about to come back in.
Let's stay out here for a minute. Carl and Flynn are getting a little loud. Besides, I want to talk to you two.
Aw. He wraps an arm around Jenna and reaches out the other one to pull me in so that we're both flanking him. I feel my shoulder press into the warm bulk of his side and chest. Comfy. He'd always been taller than me, my eyes barely coming up to his chin, but now it seems like he was almost twice as wide. He definitely put on more muscle since I last saw him. While he was always pretty muscular, he'd been more on the lean side, and now his chest and biceps pulled his shirt tight. Josh adding in his own pause for effect. Now you stop that. I'm allowed to think he's good looking. It felt nice, though like something very sturdy, wrapped in velvet. I suppose it was a mixture of adding on both muscle and fat. I'm at least happy to see he's gotten over his little defeat to Jenna.
Look at us, the OG crew.
Leo's strong voice vibrates from his body into mine, and the effect is tranquilizing, and I feel myself relax. Together again. The only thing I miss about this town. Leo is referring to the fact that he, Jenna, and I were the original 3 in our group of 6 to become friends. Later, we add TJ, then Carl, and finally Flynn and Sydney. That's 7, but I understand. Leo had really been the one to unite us. I remember when you first got here, everyone was afraid of you.
I remember when I first got here, and I found a bunch of,
gringos?
Who wouldn't even talk to each other.
We all went to the same school in Peyton, and had our different friends there. When Leo moved in, he thought it was strange that the kids in Echo didn't hang out together. As I entered middle school and high school, I cycled through a ton of different friends. But the ones in Echo always stayed the same. Gringos is the Mexican slur for white, Josh. Ah, I see. Let's go.
Remember when we'd always have sleepover at Chase's place?
Not just Americans. Let's go! We love slurs for Americans. Of course, I kick your ass at Claws of Fury all the time.
I remember. I used to think you guys were only friends with me for my video games.
Many times I'd fallen asleep to the flickering of the old CRT television set, watching the outlines of Jenna and Leo twist side to side as they played. I would wake up hours later, only to find them still playing. It was weird. Jenna and Leo get along really well, but there is a bit of a competitive streak between the two. Actually, it's one of the few things that gets Leo genuinely angry. I think he even broke one of my controllers once.
How long has it been since we first met?
Well, when did you move in?
I think it was in 2000.
Oh, he moved in the year 2000. Wait, we moved to America the same year? See, Leo and I, we're good. We're compatible. So take 2015 and subtract 2000. What does that leave you with, Leo? Leo looks sideways at me and smirks. There's a flash of white canine as it appears from under his lip for a moment.
You think yourself a real hotshot now that you're in college, eh?
I smile back, though I know my canines aren't as impressive. Pretty much, yeah.
Well, you'll always be those little brats to me.
I feel Leo's wagging tail swat me in the butt. I'm not really sure how I feel about that.
Speaking of which, are you two getting along over there?
Jenna looks at me around Leo's broad chest. Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
We haven't had many chances to hang out.
Why not?
Well, it's college. It's also a pretty big university. I didn't even think we'd ever see each other in passing. I don't even think.
Yeah, things are different.
But Jenna, we should do something together soon, before you graduate. Definitely. Leo still looks a little disappointed that me and Jenna aren't keeping up at the university, but I don't know why. She had her friends, I had mine. We did talk sometimes. Yeah, we have our friend Vincent, or whatever his name was. Jenna nudges into Leo, causing us all to sway. And speaking of that, when are you going back to Mesa? Mesa is the community college in Peyton. Leo went there for a few semesters before taking a break. And by break, I mean he quit. Ah, very good.
We'll see. I'll have to talk to my parents. It's just starting to get real busy.
Why don't they hire more people? You know, you would have graduated by now. You would have had your master's by now. Leo sighs.
It's about committing to the family business, not the help he needs.
Jenna rolls her eyes, blowing out some air and ruffling the tuft of fur on her head. Wolves and their families. You should try thinking and speaking for yourself sometimes. If I hadn't done that, I'd still be stuck in that crank house. Jenna flicks her head vaguely in the direction of where she used to live. Jenna is the only one, aside from Carl, who has a family still living in Echo. Wondering if she is going to visit them, even though I'm pretty sure I already know the answer to that. I see Leo tighten his arm around her shoulder, but she goes on without missing a beat. And you can start with our otter here. I look up, caught unawares. Huh? What?
Jenna.
I'm serious. Jenna puts her paws on Leo's face, cutting him off. I am not going to spend this entire week with you asking me when or how you should do it. Let's rip off the Band-Aid now. Chase?
Jenna.
There's a warning tone in Leo's voice as he pins back his ears and drops his arms from his shoulders. I already know what's happening. It's been a long time coming. I take a step back and fold my arms, looking at the side. Chase, Leo has some things to say to you, and yes, it's about that. Now I'm going to head back in and make sure Carl isn't lighting up the bathroom.
Jenna?
His tone changes to exasperation as Jenna turns on her heel and leaves. Judging by the curl in her tail, I can tell that she's pretty satisfied with what she's just done. I return my attention to the road. I couldn't really bring myself to look at him right now. We both stand there for a moment, 3 feet apart. I hear Leo scuff the ground with his foot, then sniff as the dust rises from the ground. I hear him draw a breath a few times, as if he's going to say something, but ends up blowing it out with a sigh. We were never good at this. Probably why it ended up failing like it did. Oh, no. No. Leo.
I'm sorry, Chase.
For what?
Not talking to you about this when I should have. Talking to Jenna about it when I should have been talking to you.
He reaches out and sets a paw on my shoulder, the silver anchor on his wrist glinting just a bit in the fading light. He's smiling at me, but I grit my teeth. Why are you still wearing that? Because it's nice, you know? it's a good accessory, okay? I wear mine often because I'm pathetic. His eyes flick from the bracelet, then back to my face, expression turning defensive. Put yours on right now. No. It is like on my desk though. It is you know, I picked it up and shaked it, hoping it would like make a noise so you all would know that I'm physically shaking it. Remembering that like it doesn't do that because like leather doesn't do that. Here, I can do this. There, it's there. I thought you were looking at it fondly. No, I like shook it like car keys or something, and then looked at it and was just like, no noise. Like, I don't know what I expected.
Why aren't you wearing yours? Don't you remember what we said?
I sigh, looking at the scattering of clouds behind Leo's head. They're tinged a soft pink from the fading sun. The sunset is almost the same color as Leo's fur. Leo, we were teenagers.
That's not an answer.
He cuts me off, and I look back at him.
I told you. They weren't love bracelets. They weren't just about our relationship. They were about everything. Our friends, our family, memories.
Echo? I raise my voice above his, cutting him off this time. They were about Echo, Leo. We stand there for a while, and Leo's looking closely at me, expectantly. His ears tipped forward. His eyes piercing me like amber shards. It was always hard to look at him in the eyes during our arguments. No, I like this one. I like this CG. I like the CG a lot. Look at him. He's a good pupper, guys. He's a good pupper. It's fine. It's fine. We love blonde Shunter. Look, we can color correct him later. It's fine. What do I have to say? Alright, fine. I fucking hate this place. Everything about it. It's the most miserable goddamn place I've ever been.
How many places have you ever been?
Enough to know that it's miserable.
Most everyone here is old, obese, on welfare. Half of them are probably on meth. Leo pulls in a deep breath and blows it over my head. I can smell the bell pepper on his breath. From yesterday? The scene was probably back there at that point. You know, shuffled some scenes around, you know. It happens during development, I get it. No one likes it here, Chase. I mean, it was an anchor. I'm half laughing. Just looking at it made me feel like I was still tied to this town. I didn't need it reminding me of all of that awful stuff. I know it was supposed to symbolize our being each other's rocks, or whatever, but it stands for a lot more than that. But a lot of good things happened here, too. No one should forget where they came from. Sometimes I wish I could. At this point, Leo's deflated a bit, going into a slouch, his ears lowered. Wait, you said was. You didn't. You didn't get rid... No. No, I still have it. It's just in a drawer in my dorm room. Okay, but when they make more of the anchor bracelets, they need to have a Leo one and a Chase one. Right? So that we can have, like, the gold anchor from the logo. That's what I want. I want a matching set. That's... It'd be cute. Honestly, if it was anything else, like one of those infinity bracelets we saw, I wouldn't have trouble wearing it. Well, fuck. Why didn't you say anything when we were buying them? I didn't know it was gonna be a problem. Leo takes a deep breath again, before blowing it out, puffing out his cheeks this time. What is this? Puchica? Puchica? Is that how that's pronounced? Like otter? Like an otter boy? Just like, oh, otter. He puts a paw in his eyes and holds it there for a few seconds. It's good? Okay. It's a pose I'm pretty familiar with. Oh, it's like the, is it like the Samuel one? It's fine. You know the one. Even though I haven't seen it in a few years, I'm hit with a wave of memories, mostly of me frustrating or embarrassing Leo somehow. We decided on the anchors mostly because they looked pretty. I mean, I get that though. Leo had referenced some wolf metaphor about roots and how we are always drawn back to them. Also some bullshit about how otters were great sailors, but really it was just the aesthetic. I mean, that's fine. For some reason over the years, I began to associate the anchor with being stuck in Echo. It was when I started connecting the anchor to Sydney that I had taken it off. It was too much. Anyway, Leo brings me back to the present, and I focus back on him. What I was trying to say was that I'm still not okay with how you left. Leo, I said I was sorry, and I still am. Or how you stopped talking to me for a while. Okay, I was a kid. I thought I had a good tactic. Like Jenna said, rip off the band-aid, you know. We did start talking again. It was more like you punched me in the gut, then kicked me in the balls. The problem was that you didn't even give me a chance to say anything. Or at least tell me why before you broke it off. I stay silent for a while, then finally look up. Setting my jaw. Like I said, I was young and dumb. I didn't know how to handle it. I can keep apologizing, or we can move on and make the most of this. We only have 1 week, and I want to have fun. Leo looks to the side, a pause on his hips, as if contemplating, then looks back at me with a smile. Alright, fine. But don't think you're off the hook. I still want to talk soon.
Soon. Just not right now. I stand there awkwardly for a moment. Then, because it feels appropriate, I step in and give him a hug. He takes it willingly. He's warm and strong. For a moment, I wonder why the hell I dumped this guy. Like, but actually, though. I mean, I would be trapped in that relationship. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Oh. Yeah. Amazing. Josh, please? No, shut up. Like you would do anything different. I mean, I would probably be that person to be like, well, he apologized. We'll work on it. It's fine. Just then, someone lays on the horn as they drive past us, pulling out of the reverie. No, that's still good. That's still a good... That's a good way to break the tension of that scene. Darian's catchphrase, facts. He says it all the time. He's just like, wow, fags, hate the gays. He says it all the time in private. I lean back as I can watch the car speed down the empty road. Leo keeps holding me, though, and he just chuckles.
Huh. Echo hasn't changed much, has it?
No, it hasn't. As we're saying our goodbyes, I remind Leo about the shots I need of the lake. He says he'll talk to the other two about it after they leave. We all say our goodbyes before Leo, Carl, and Flynn take off. TJ takes his usual hour getting ready for bed, while Jenna does some schoolwork. Okay. Almost said homework. That's like the same thing. By the time I'm finished brushing my teeth, I'm grateful to see them both in bed. I get under the covers next to TJ and lay there for about an hour, staring at the ceiling. Same. That's how I go to bed. I sit there for an hour going like, at some point my brain will shut off. Slowly, I slide out from under the covers, careful not to wake TJ. Quietly, I slip my jeans on and grab my jacket before headed out the door. That's an odd background. Like, I get it. Like, all of the flashback backgrounds are like this, but it always is a little bit distracting. Toby builds a small sandcastle next to the lake, in the process of digging a mound around it. Jenna drops a few twigs next to it before running off to find more decorations. Flynn is talking to Sydney, pointing at Toby's sandcastle. Sydney looks hesitant, but excited. He seems to make up his mind, suddenly running forward and kicking the top of the tallest castle. It breaks easily, with most of it flying into Toby's face. Toby flinches back, shocked before immediately crying as he rubs his eyes. Jenna comes running from across the beach, yelling before shoving at Sydney, who's laughing. She turns to Toby, trying to help him clean his face, but the lynx pushes her away before running towards the trail back to Echo. Monday. Oh. Okay, how are we going? We'll hit save. We'll use this empty block. That's what we're gonna do. I think we'll stop there for the night. I think that is a good place to stop reading. There, we got through the prologue. It's all good. I still like that prologue a lot. Like, it's lengthy, but it never feels like nothing's happening. Which is, am dead inside. It do be good. It do be good. Our beloved red flag. It's true. It's true. I always miss Leo. I'm not pathetic like that. I swear I am. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. All right, everyone. I do hope you have all enjoyed. I don't know how often I'll come back to read this every now and again. I don't know if I'll keep the Chunter costume for every time I stream this. It would be funny. It would be funny. But we'll think about that later. I'll think about that later. So it's fine. It's fine. But all right. Yeah. Again, I hope you've all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys around. Have a good night, everybody.